Assalamu alaikum. How are you all doing? I hope you are all keeping safe. So this will be a quick one. Like seriously, the past few days have been chaotic. It has not been easy for a lot of us who are immigrants in the UK. There has been tension in the air as a result of the recent anti-immigration protests going on. There have been videos and audio recordings of violence and hostility towards immigrants flying around, and all this sparked anxiety and fear and has really affected the mental well-being of most immigrants. Many people, especially the people of color like myself, prefer to stay indoors these days, and when we are out we are extremely vigilant, suspicious of everything and everybody. Like it has been that serious. I remember about a few days ago when I had to step out of the house to get something. You need to see how I was looking left and right like a thief, trying not to get caught. Because we have watched videos and heard stories of Muslim women who are being attacked with acid, harassed or stabbed. I mean, how long would someone stay indoors for? Already there have been a lot of racist backlash against immigrants and even more hate directed at Muslims. Now, imagine being both black and Muslim. It is extremely traumatic for many Muslim immigrants over the past few days. Okay, a quick summary for those who might be interested in the background story. The unrest started after a tragic stabbing of three young girls at a Taylor Swift team dance class, I suppose, in Southpost on a Tuesday. This incident set a major wave of violence and disorder across the UK. The initial suspect was a 17-year-old boy originally from Cardiff, and he was arrested shortly after the attack. However, after the attack, due to his age, the police were initially unable to name him by law. This lack of information resulted in a lot of speculations which quickly spread across social media platforms. False claims began to circulate online, with some suggesting that the suspect was an asylum seeker who had arrived in the UK by boat last year. Others labeled him as a Muslim immigrant. Muslim immigrant. So with the word Muslim immigrant, brain start to dey burst, people start to dey vex. So all these speculations fueled more distrust and anger. According to reports, as these false narratives became popular, it provoked some anti-immigration sentiments, leading to violent protests in cities like London, Rotherham, Middlesbrough, Liverpool, Bolton, and even Hull. This group of protesters targeted masjids and other public places, including asylum housing, libraries, etc. And about 400 protesters have been arrested nationwide, according to the last news that I watched. And as Allah will have it, the prime suspect, who was born in Cardiff to Rwandan parents, was eventually named after the court lifted the requirement for his anonymity. Guess what? The boy has no relationship with Islam. Adupe fu Allah. He is a Christian, but despite this clarification, these far-right activists, or whatever they are called, didn't even care about the facts. Initially, we all thought it was about the little innocent, precious girls that were killed unjustly, but all of a sudden, it became an anti-immigration protest. To me, it is even more of an Islamophobic protest. Like, why did Muslims suddenly become the problem when the boy is not even a Muslim? Let us even assume the boy was a Muslim. It is very unjust to judge an entire population based on a stereotype. It is unjust to damn a group of people to hell based on one person's misbehavior. Anybody can be evil irrespective of their religion. Now that it is no longer news that everything has nothing to do with Muslims, can we now breathe, for God's sake? Can I walk in the street now without the fear of being harassed? In fact, the fighting that happened in Leeds a couple of weeks ago, that also has nothing to do with Muslims. In fact, we now know that there are Muslims trying to help when the riots were on, and when the police had to retreat, some Muslims stepped into the picture to try to end the fight. Like, What is going on? And most of these protesters actually don't know anything about Islam except for what the media tells them anyway. They actually need to get some education. It is unfortunate that the media always look for every attempt to tag violence with Islam. They love to sell this propaganda to the public because obviously this is the kind of news that sells. If Musa fights in the public, it would be tagged a Muslim boy suspected to be a member of an Islamic agenda fought. If it was John, it would be a boy named John fought. No, they won't attach his religion to his misbehavior. May Allah ease our affairs. Remember the story of a black Muslim woman who was unalived alongside her two kids by a British man named Jamie Barrow in Nottingham, here in the UK. He was their neighbor and he set their house on fire whilst her husband was away in the US. The woman and her two babies were burnt into ashes. Up till now, there is no riot or any protest for this. The story was not tagged as white British men are dangerous. In fact, the news didn't report the incident that much because people understand that the killer does not represent white British people. He represents people who are mentally derailed. He is a bad person and he only represents himself. These people actually know that most immigrants are peace-loving people. They just want to make an honest living without any of these dramas. But these people don't care about the facts. They are just using this unfortunate situation to unveil all the hatred that they have nursed in their hearts for years. The good thing is that most British people are not racist. Many of them do not support this senseless destruction and unreasonable protest going on. Not all of them are anti-Islam. I also really appreciate how this was handled by the organization that I work for. Since I complained to them that I don't feel confident using the public bus for now, they make provision for my movement to and fro. And in fact, there have been a meeting organized by the board. They invited all immigrants working for the organization and asked if we needed any sort of support, transport-wise, security, emotional and psychological support. They disassociated themselves from all these protests going on and reassured us of their support. There have also been internal memos released by the management to condemn every racist behavior and harassment. Yeah, if you are being racist, you will most likely lose your job. And for those people that will come to my comment section to say, go back to your country, please, can you book me a flight ticket to Ijebu? It costs about £750 now. I have missed the Kokoreo and the Bilipo Ijebu. I will not mind going to Ijebu for holiday. So, brothers and sisters, what are your employers saying? If they are acting like they have not been listening to the news, I think it is time for you to consider looking for other jobs because of future occurrence, where you will be valued and protected. Because this recent brouhaha made me realize that the only organization that is worth working for is the one who is concerned about your safety and well-being. Also, I am now very certain that if these riots can happen in a country like the UK, then we should know that it is only in paradise that there is rest. There is no country in this world without its own problems. It's only in heaven that people will have rest of mind. Dear brothers and sisters, let us be careful out there and steadfast, because the truth is that a significant fraction of the world's population do not like Islam, and you being a Muslim, they are not even hiding it. It is an obvious fact. Have you read the comment section of some anti-Islamic videos recently? You would be shocked. A lot of people really wish that Islam is eradicated. I read a comment section where someone said, cancel Islam. There is usually no civilization where there is Islam. I was like, what? I'm sure he or she cannot even define civilization. To him or her, civilization is either walking naked on the streets, free mixing, or maybe drinking alcohol. Fortunately and unfortunately for them, no one can dim the light of Islam. Certainly, the words of the prophet are true. He said, Islam began as something strange and will return as being strange. Give glad tidings to the strangers. We know that our brothers and sisters are going through a lot all over the world presently, and the media is not bringing many of these injustice to the public eyes. Let us peg our hope in the mercy of Allah. Let us be patient. Please let us remain calm and let us cooperate with our law enforcement agencies like the police. They are really doing a great job, wallahi. We should be peace lovers. We should be good role models. Let us draw inspiration from the steadfastness of the Palestinians. Remember that we are the people who spread salam across the world. Allah also emphasized the importance of patience in several verses of the Quran, one of which is in Surah Al-Baqarah, where Allah encouraged Muslims to exercise patience and seek assistance through prayers, because Allah is with those who remain patient in the face of adversity. My dear Muslim brothers and sisters, let us fear Allah and let us continue to maintain calm and positivity as we have been doing, especially in times like this. People will judge Islam based on our actions. They will not read our Quran. And this is also the time for us to stand up for each other, irrespective of our tribe or race. We need to have each other's back like never before. Just give a little of yourself to your fellow Muslim brothers and sisters and immigrants in general. We need that physical and emotional support now, don't we? In fact, let us extend kindness to everyone. Maybe this will spread love across the world. I pray that Allah ease the suffering of our brothers and sisters in Gaza and every oppressed Muslims all over the world. Assalamu alaikum.